That talks about Tulsa, people making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one ever talks about. The hot topics and more. This is World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, July 31st, 2024. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3073 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
On today's show, former President Donald Trump versus Vice President Kamala Harris. We're killing the noise and getting to the facts.
I love it. We'll also talk about the Olympics history and your favorite Olympians, past and present of all time.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are Snoop Dogg carried the Olympic torch. What are your thoughts about that? Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We have a very extremely hot show today. Reach out to your family and friends, put on your seatbelt, and we will be right back after these messages.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center, but we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and scissor pieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. About your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, And my job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I'm also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's up?
Hey, what's
Man,
happening?
we 1 week back from Africa. You see how I did that?
Lord help
I've
me.
been practicing for 3 days to do that. You got to receive it the right way. You don't know what kind of work I put into saying
Man,
Africa.
you did a great job.
They gonna call me back over there to the
Kudos.
motherland
Right.
to do a
Just
commercial
for that.
just for that right there. Man, you know
Okay.
what? It is hot
Man,
today, yesterday, and furthermore.
bro, listen. People been like, "How you feel being back from back here?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm ready to go back to the motherland because it is cooler over there than it is over here."
I think you need a jug of water to drink and a jug of water to continuously pour it over the top of your head.
Right.
If you out in the body. It remind me
Man.
in Arkansas, we used to have jugs of water. We put them in the freezer
Mhm.
and then they freeze.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
ooh, isn't that the best water?
That's the best water.
And you just
ever.
kind of let it thaw
Mhm.
out, and as it
Yeah.
thaw, you go on about
Drink-
your day.
yes, Yeah.
So if you're out and about, man, in Tulsa, even though it's hot, man, people are out and about. We just want to encourage you guys to stay hydrated. Please drink
Please do.
water,
Yeah.
Gatorade, or whatever you need, because IMSA is flying around all over the place, and
Yeah.
we do not want to lose any of our loved ones to this heat.
Man, because it is wicked out there. And this is not my kind of weather.
Yeah,
I'm a spring and a fall kind of person. So, summer and winter, scratch them.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. This is the time of year that you know the level of AC unit you got.
Man,
See, my AC unit ain't really on that level yet. I don't mind
no.
admitting it. I'm gonna admit it right here on the live air. It's like
yours is
my
a struggle.
man, it's like it's so hot during the day that the unit like struggles like probably between now and about 5 or 6 o'clock. It's like the unit is like, man, I'm hot too.
I'm giving you all I got.
I'm giving you all I got. But then, when the sun go down, and then maybe after that, about 7 or 8, it starts to cool down to the normal temperature inside your house.
Yeah.
So now you know whether you got one of these modern homes
Yeah.
with this souped up air with plenty of Freon,
That's me.
or you
I'm
got
souped up.
a AC that's like me. I think I can. I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna upgrade, man. I need somebody that work in the HVAC space to come see me because I don't have
Come holler
enough.
at a brother.
I'm gonna go get some of that Freon. You know, you put that Freon in your car. I'm gonna
Right,
get some
right.
of the Freon. You remember back in the day, you
Yeah.
could put your Freon in your
The little
car
hose.
with the little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
do some of
remember.
that to my unit outside my house, man.
You
I ain't playing
silly.
around. But anyway,
Silly.
man, we
Silly,
love
silly.
y'all, miss y'all. It's been good to be back.
Oh yeah,
for this
it
week.
has been good. Yeah, yeah.
And to the super solid 17, man.
Yeah.
How you faring? You
Man,
all right?
Man, I've been in a struggle a little
You
bit.
sure?
Woo, sister been in a struggle.
It's
This time.
funny how the first trip to Africa, when you came back, it was birthday party, it was Oasis, it was this,
Yeah.
and we just kept on going.
Yeah.
But man, it seemed like this trip, though, it was a phenomenal trip.
Now it was.
I mean, it's taking people a couple minutes to get back online. I don't know if it's the heat or if it's just these times. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
whatever it was, it got you, girl.
It got you just a little bit.
Woo,
What
got
is
me a
it? Your
little bit.
stomach a little bit?
Yeah, my stomach is not right.
It ain't got
I
back right.
think it's that African food, American food coming together. We don't like each other. Yeah.
I think what happens is when you go out the country, you have to like slowly get back to your regular routine
And
of
I didn't
what
do
you
that.
eat, because in Africa, the food, in my mind, is much more healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I
when you
agree.
get back here, we got grease and stuff that's processed, and you got all of that. And sometimes your body be like, we were just doing good for 8 days. What we doing? It's trying to kick it back out.
Right.
Be like, no, we don't have that.
We
This
don't
is
want
all.
that.
Maybe
Yes,
you got to
that's
go
all we got.
vegan.
You know what? Speaking of vegan,
Speaking of hey,
now this is a good segue. So over the weekend,
Yes.
we had the HBCU send off, right?
yeah,
And at the HBCU send off, Slutty Vegan was there.
man.
So the last time they were here, I didn't even get to taste the food because the line was so long. I mean, like people were waiting in line for like 2 hours to get something to eat. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
that was too long to wait in line like that.
Right,
We had
I guess
access to go early. We just didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Well, we
Well, I
knew it
didn't
was
know
serious,
gonna be like
but we
that.
didn't know it was so serious where 300-400 people gonna show up and stay in line all day.
Yeah, and so I was just like, okay, forget it. But they came back, and so we actually were able to get some Slutty Vegan. And let me tell y'all something. Now, if going vegan tastes like that, hey, I'm signing up.
Yeah, and then it's funny because everybody hasn't heard of slutty vegans, so you have to be careful when you tell people,
Yeah.
because they don't know how to receive it.
Yeah. it's
Charles, why are you so excited, man? You need to go see slutty vegan sluts. I ain't gonna hang out with no slutty nothing.
Right.
Charles, what you talking about?
right.
Oh.
What you talking about?
So for the people that don't know,
Right.
in Atlanta, Georgia,
Yes.
it's this food truck and it's this restaurant that's called Slutty Vegan.
Mm-hmm.
And they specialize in what I think is some of the best vegan food in America.
Right.
And
but you know what? You've only tasted their food, right?
Who?
Have you tasted other vegan food?
I have.
You
and
have?
right now they still rank number one.
Really?
Because normally
I haven't tasted any
I
other
get
vegan
some vegan food. I'm like, this is the eraser. This is an eraser. This is an eraser with some Lowry salt on it.
Right.
That's what I be thinking this is.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I have never tried it. So, because I'm just like, I don't think so.
Anybody that's on this live, if you know where you can get some of the best vegan, or if you are a person that cooks vegan food, let us know, because we'll show up to try it. But in Tulsa, I just don't know if there's a lot of vegan places that you
I
can
don't
go.
think so. And I think our friend Elisa that went on the trip with us
Right.
to Africa, she has a friend that cooks really good vegan food.
We need to
So
catch
she
up with
was
her. I heard about that
telling us
fish
about it. Yeah,
and
the
some
fish,
other stuff.
yeah.
But I'll say this, when Slutty Vegan was here last time, my daughter stayed in the line for 2 hours, and I was just going to get a little bite of a hamburger. I'm like, this vegan, I don't know how this going to be. It looked good.
Yeah.
So I tried to take a little bite, ate half of it,
You sure did.
and ate half of fries.
You did.
She was like, Daddy, go on, have it. I'm like, no, you stood in line. So I was excited to just have my own burger and my own fries. But I had to get me some of them Sugar Bear wings, too.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Bears was out there, man. I got some wings, some baked beans, some potato salad.
Yep.
And I was having a grub fest. But shout out to Bill White,
Yeah.
Historic Main Street. I think the HBCU showdown was huge.
It was nice.
Friday
Very
night, they
nice.
kicked it off. They had the live band, Don Horner and that crew.
Yeah.
And then they had Steph Simon.
Yeah.
They had T-Rush and some others. So that was a good way to kick it off. But Saturday with Messy Marvin, the car show,
Yeah.
when
It's
they
a
pulled
whole
up
nother element.
and everybody came, and we wasn't feeling great.
Yeah.
But we pulled up for about an hour and a half to got some food, mixed and mingled with the people, took some pictures, did some videos, hugged some babies, and did some high fives and all of that.
Yeah,
but
we
it was
had
a good vibe.
Yeah,
Tulsa.
good time. And so something else that, well, I didn't get to partake because I wasn't feeling well.
Wasn't ready.
But Tallahassee
Tallahassee.
Homecoming, they actually did a ribbon cutting for their new gym that they're going to have there. And so, we had on the show.
That was just last week. They were telling us about it.
But yeah, that was just last Wednesday. So they were on the show and they were telling us all about what they were going to have. And actually, we had both planned on pulling up, but I was turned down for what?
I called Damali, and Damali was like, she texted me and said, no comprehende. I said, now, not only are you not speaking English, now you won't speak Spanish. So I'm like, hey, we got to go down to Tallahassee. We just had Larry Heitch and Shalon on. We turned up. She said, Charles, I understand you turned up, but I'm turned down, so you got to turn up by yourself. So I did. I had never been down, but because it was the first historical black town, I just felt like it was just something that I could miss. So I pulled up. The gym looked immaculate. I'm telling you, man, the people... I got me some food. They had me. I said, Charles, we got you some food here in place. So I said, I appreciate that. So I ate some food, went in the gym, the ditch ribbon cutting, the news, the media, everybody was there. The community was there. And I had a good time. So if you didn't see it, just stroll back on this World One Development. I got live. I talked to Larry.
Yes.
I talked to Shalon. I took some pictures. I saw Transgression Foundation was down there, Jayla. So it was good stuff. Mr. Energizer said that is watching music keep playing during the interview.
Yeah.
So we probably have to just yeah. So we gotta figure out a way to make that work. Is it a little bit better to is the music keep playing? It's a lot going on in the radio station. Trying to get it situated. I think some of you playing it outside too. Huh? Yeah. I think it's down. Teresa, is that better? Let's see what's going on. Let me do some shout outs then, and y'all let me know how it's sounding. Chuck Jones, welcome to the show. I see a heart going on. Miss Hilda Sanders, welcome to the show. Board member for World One for Christ, doing great things as always. Teresa Harris, welcome to the show. Mr. Energizer, checking in from the J Bone Lounge. Kanisha Jones, welcome to the show. Alicia Walker, Shoma, welcome to the show. Ernestine Broom is here, live in. So
Richie is saying it's better now too. So Teresa said it's better, much better.
Okay. Sound good. Richie, appreciate that, Richie.
Hey, brother.
Booker T, celebrity. Yeah, we just keep the music down for y'all for just a little bit to get through these segments real quick. But again, like I was saying, man, Tallahassee, how many people of y'all know about that? Probably get JB to turn his phone down because I'm hearing so much stuff. I don't know if
Yeah.
to go north,
Yeah.
south, east, or west. But anyway, it was really, really good. I went down, celebrated with them, and rolled on back. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing: we have a super duper loaded show today.
You know, and I also want to, before we get started as well, wanted to give a huge shout out to Channel 2.
Man,
They came through in the
yes.
clutch and did a interview, and I don't know if you guys actually got an opportunity to see that, but if you go to World One Development, to our social media page on Facebook.
Why you blinking so slow? You all right? You need some water? You blinking
Was I
like real
blinking
slow?
slow?
Yeah, you going to? You finna go to sleep? What we
No,
doing?
I don't feel
Well,
like
speed
I'm
up
going
your
to
talk.
sleep.
You're talking real slow, like you slowing down like a slow record.
I don't know.
Speed up a little bit.
But anyway,
There you go.
we want to just tell you guys, Charles play too much.
No, you are. You just what you did. You was going to see, and then they came, and then I'm
You
like,
so
what?
silly.
Wait a minute.
Charles play too much, y'all.
You better
He's
drink some of that tropical smoothie.
He
Shout
is
out to Tropical Smoothie in
childish.
the Small Woods. Come
Right.
on, act like they
But
gave you something.
in any event, we were able to do an interview and to talk about our trip over to Uganda.
Yes.
And we actually pulled in Amber Nay,
Yes.
who was the baby of the group.
Right.
And she actually did a phenomenal job. So if you guys see Amber Nay out and about, let her know that she did a phenomenal job on her interview. She was so nervous.
I know she said that was her first time dealing with the news. She was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I hadn't been on the news, but she hit a grand slam home
She
run.
did.
It was really, really good. Shout out to Black Wall Street Times.
Right.
Nehemiah did a
They
story
did a story as well.
for us as well. So shout out to Nehemiah. Nehemiah always come through in the clutch.
He does, and he always picks up news, and anything that happens in community that is newsworthy, then he'll pick that up and push that out. And he's got a huge following. So shout out to Nehemiah. We really appreciate you for doing that for us, and just spreading awareness. Once again, anyone who is wanting to continue to make donations,
Right.
we are still accepting donations because this is an ongoing project until Kamuli, Uganda becomes a city.
Hey, we're gonna do what we
got
can.
work to do, so you can continue to make donations at world1development.com/Uganda-missions. And you can, of course, send a check in to World One Development or whatever you need to do. We up for it and we gonna take it.
Just like that. Winnie Friend, that's your cousin?
That's my cousin.
Welcome to the show, Winnie. Haven't seen you in a little bit. James Johnson.
Hey,
JJ.
James.
Welcome to the show. That's my guy right there.
Right.
Worldwide
up,
Rodeo is in the
hey.
house. Why
Kool-Aid.
you didn't get on a horse, Charles? The trail ride was going on. You know what? They didn't nobody said that. You talking about probably when it was down in Tallahassee. Now I heard about it, but I didn't see it. But hey, get them horses ready. I'll be back down there. And Miss Gloria Cephas, welcome to the show. She said Tallahassee is my hometown where I grew up.
Okay, good job.
Let me tell you what's crazy. Jabbar Shoemate is from Tallahassee.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't know
he
that.
said that. So it's kind of like, that's why I like going and highlighting stuff like that and then posting it, because there's so many people that I didn't know was from Tallahassee like that. And it seemed like Muskogee must be the first cousin to Tallahassee or something, because it's between Tallahassee to Muskogee, Taft, and some of those things. But anyway, y'all go down there and check them out.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So I think it's time for us to hit our Black History trivia.
Get your thinking cap on. Jonathan Chapman, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Out of Omaha.
Yes.
Omaha, Nebraska's in the building. That's the
Yeah.
family right there. Okay, let's get this Black History trivia question going on. Come on, Damali.
All right, Black History trivia.
No, just go ahead and read it. We fine.
Okay. Who was the first Black person to win a gold medal in the Olympics?
Woo! Don't do us like that during the Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So was it A, Jesse Owens? Was it B, Simone Biles? Was it C, Serena Williams? Or was it D, John Baxter?
JB, don't be
Taylor
looking. What's the answer?
Jr.?
Look at him. He always Googling. Look at him. He don't know. He don't know, JB.
The
He's
answer is
skipping
John
him.
Taylor.
He said the answer is John Taylor. What's that number?
D.
He didn't even know the answer. See, that's called looking. That's cheating.
I know the answer because I'm up on
Let
my
me see.
Olympics.
You are?
I'm very up on it.
When did the Olympics start?
They started a couple weeks ago.
See there? There you go.
Ah.
Anyway, so read the question and
In
the answers one more
2024?
time.
Okay, so here's the question one more time. Y'all don't listen to all this.
Yeah,
The question is, who was the first Black person
right
to win a gold medal in the Olympics?
Was John
Was
Baxter
it
Taylor?
A, Jesse Owens, B, Simone Biles, C, Serena Williams, or D, John Baxter Taylor Jr.?
And you can only answer if you're not looking through the paperwork that we
Chuck
submit
Jones says A.
or Googling.
Yep.
I already said John Taylor before I...
Mom says Jesse. Jesse is
Jesse?
A. So mom says A. Who else?
What else y'all got? Oh, Mom
What-
said Jesse. Chuck
yeah.
said A.
Yep. Y'all come on, don't be scared. Oh, my cousin said Jesse as well. Maybe. All right, who else? What else y'all got?
Let me see. Shalon Renee
Aw.
Youngblood said, we appreciate you coming out and supporting the oldest historical black town of Oklahoma.
Oh,
Thank you so much, man. It was my pleasure, our pleasure to show up down there.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going with Jesse Owens too, because all I can remember is him outrunning everybody. Uncle Bobby said Jesse Owens. There's some other people. Okay. So at the end of the show, we shall see who was the first person to win a gold medal.
First black person
To win a gold medal. Do we want to take a quick break and then come back and roll on with segment 1, or do we want to just roll right on into it?
Whatever y'all want to do, I'm down
What you think,
for
producer? Take a break, or we? All right, this is KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News you can use. We're going to take a break. Coming up next, we got Trump versus Harris. Let's get past the noise and get to the facts. We'll be right back.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back. Welcome to the show, Narissa.
Hey, Narissa.
Welcome to the
you?
show, Etna Cole Johnson. Man, we got about 2,000 people on. The secret list done picked up. Man, people been blowing up my phone all day. I appreciate y'all tuning up. If you want to start sharing this live right now, because what our attempt is today is to quiet the noise and get to the facts of who would be the best president, or who's the best candidates currently that's running for president, what's their platforms, and not all the mudslinging. I hope they can get this at the White House. Like, can y'all stop throwing mud and making up stuff? And let's just get to the platforms and what you're going to do to help the people, to help us have a better country. Damali, what you think?
Well, and I also we want you guys to understand that this is interactive.
It is.
So please send us your comments. We'll read some of those online. It's just us in the studio today, so we're able to, get to your comments a little more quickly.
Yes.
Right. But we want this to be interactive. We want you guys to share your opinions. Remember, these are just, we're going to give you some facts.
Right.
And then, we may insert our opinions, but we're not telling you who to vote for.
Right.
We're just giving you the information so you can be informed. Take what we give you.
Yes.
And go do some research for yourself.
Right.
Okay. Because we want you to be informed so that by the time it's time to cast your vote on November the 5th,
right,
then you are well aware of which candidate you want and why.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
Because no one is going to be 100% of everything that you want, but who is going to give you the more bang for your buck is basically what we're trying to get to.
Yeah, we want a quick shout out to Uncle Bobby, because that's the beauty of having KBOB 89.9 FM, where we do this show every week, World One Development News you can use, because you get to tell your story your way.
Right.
You get to go get your facts. Uncle Bobby don't say you can't say this, you can't say that. Now, the thing about our show, we bring everybody together. Right. So anybody that's want to be cussing and fighting and shoot, that's not what we do on news you can use. I think is informative, educational, and enlighten people to actually what's really going on, so that you can take this, go back to your drawing board, you can come back out and you can make a great decision on what it is you want to do. So
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
want to read Narissa's thing, and then we'll go ahead and
Sis,
get
what you
started.
got? Let's see. What is Narissa talking about? So Narissa is saying, check out the All Black Town State Conference on Saturday, August the 17th at Langston University. And there's a link for you to click on in order to register. So if you are interested in that, which I think everybody should be. So
Right.
if you have availability to be a part of that, we think you should participate.
And the beauty of having this, and we tell everybody, if you have a business, a company, or something going on that's positive, you can always put it on our live. We'll shout it out because this is about the community. This is about us connecting and supporting each other. So, Narissa, good job on that. But if you got something coming up, a back to school bash, an event, or something that's good for the community, put it on our live, and we will definitely read it over the air. So, Trump versus Harris.
Yes.
Let's go with it, Damali. What you got?
Yes. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching the polls. Between the Olympics, I think my regimen has been, information about election and Olympics. That's why I've been toggling between the two since we've been back on U.S. soil. So if you are watching, then you'll notice that depending on who is doing the poll,
right,
then it kind of toggles. Kamala. Vice President Kamala is right there. Some polls may show her, 2 or 3 points behind. Some polls may show her 2 or 3 points ahead. Just kind of depends on who you're looking at. The last poll, I pulled this article, and this was last updated July 31st, which would be today. So this morning, they're showing that Donald Trump is 47%, and she is at 46%.
Man, so they going neck and neck.
They're neck and neck. Then there are some other polls. These were dated July 23rd. Trump, the Wall Street Journal had Trump at 49%. Kamala is at 47%. So they're really pretty much,
just go ahead and hit what those polls are, and we can just build on
that. Wall Street Journal says 49% for Donald Trump, 47% for Kamala. Forbes is at 51% Donald Trump, 49% Kamala. New York Times, and this is the week of July 22nd, they have Donald Trump at 48%, Kamala at 47%. Rasmussen Reports have Donald Trump at 50% and Kamala at 43%. Morning Consultant has Donald Trump at 45% and Kamala at 46%. CNN has Donald Trump at 49% and Kamala at 46%. Reuters has Donald Trump at 42% and Kamala at 44%. And then RCP Average has Donald Trump at 48% and Kamala at 46%.
Quick shout out to Eli Grayson. Welcome to the show. Kenneth Kool-Aid Woods. Welcome to the show. Damali, so basically, I don't even know if we got to go through no more polls. I can say basically, essentially, we neck and neck right now. How do you feel about that? Well, Kamala, it's only been 2 weeks that she's even been running, raising. If 2 weeks, only 2. So it seemed like when it was Trump and Biden, to me, it seemed like Biden was on a slippery slope. Of course, because of the little situations with his memory and stuff. It's been a great president because our job is never to bash anybody. Whatever you think about Biden, whatever. But we know his struggle. Once he had the debate, then I knew, I said, this might not work.
Right.
That was just, what were you thinking after the debate?
Yeah,
were you kind of
like, debate, I was just like,
this might not work.
I'm a little nervous.
So how was your initial reaction when you heard that Kamala was going to be running, that she was the person that was coming up? What was your initial thought? Because a lot of people was like, you know what I mean? To me, it seemed like the energy and the vibe is good, but you still got other people. You know what I mean? Everybody has a right to their opinion.
Well, this is the thing. She's been vice president for the past 4 years. So, somebody who's sitting that close, you're sitting right there with the president, so you have an insider track, as to what's going on, what the true state of our country is, because of course, everything that we know is not what's really going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? That the American people don't know 100% of everything. So to me, that's the smarter move. In my opinion, that is a smarter move to get the person that's right there, close and, and knows what's going on.
At the end of the day, she was one situation from being the president.
Right.
Something happened to the president, the vice president have to go into. JB Smooth, our producer, is producer extraordinary. Do you think the United States of America is ready for a female president?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's looked like it's well overdue. But I mean, some people have an opinion about her as a female. Some people have an opinion about her as a black female. Some black people have opinions about her when she was a prosecutor, the district attorney. Just
California.
One statistic, where her conviction rate jumped from 52 to 67% when she was there. I think people be like, "Oh, you locked up more people."
Right.
And it's not that you really locked up more people, it's that you convicted more criminals
Right.
of crimes because that was her job.
The ticket
And that's what I hear a lot of people say is
Right.
she locked up a bunch of people. And I think they're not doing their research on, what she actually did.
Like, you have to do your homework because you have state laws. If you're the attorney general or if you're the DA, you just upholding the laws that are there. When somebody comes and they do this and they do that, it's because your face is on it. I think that it makes people try to just take that and run with it. But like you said, JB, you have to do your own homework and just don't run with a crazy narrative. You can't just go listen to the person on the corner and not do some real research, because this is what I'm telling everybody, because I'd be doing some debates. I was on the phone this morning. I'm just telling people it comes down to this simple. However you want to process it, it's going to be Trump or it's going to be Kamala Harris, period. Regardless, which one do you want?
I think the scariest part is that Donald Trump right now, he really can't pull up any scandals on her or any real major issues that would sway people to not believe in her.
Well, and this is the thing. To me, this is my opinion only. I think that what Donald Trump's campaign is all about is smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, mudslinging.
So we never get to the point where we're really talking about the actual issues.
Right.
We spend so much time talking about all of this other fluff that really has nothing to do with anything. We're talking about golfing and we're talking about
who can walk the golf course.
And it's like, who cares about that? This is a freaking debate. We're supposed to be debating. Why are we talking about all this other stuff that don't matter?
Let me ask this to the people on the live, and there's a lot of people on. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Share this live because this is interactive. We're going to hit some great points, but we want this to be interactive. What do y'all think on the live about the polls pretty much being neck to neck? At this point, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Donald Trump are neck and neck. So at the end of the day, this is one of those times in my life I feel like people can't say it's not important to vote.
Yeah.
That's out the window now. And I just want to say now, if you do nothing else, if you over the age of 18, you need to go register to vote.
So that's what Eli's comment. Eli says grassroots voting registration is going to be key. He said every Democrat has to ask 2 people if they are registered voters, grassroots. So you ask 2 people, if they not registered, put them in your car and take them to go register to vote.
Right. Now, thank God for this platform because we got thousands on. And we're telling you now, we're not telling you who to vote for because that's not what we do. What we are saying, go register to vote, do your homework. We're going to be pushing out some meat and potatoes today, process it, because we can all admit, man, our world, the United States of America, we got some struggles right now.
We got some struggles.
We're struggling with a lot of stuff right now. And it's funny, like when we go to Africa and when you travel abroad, they try to hold us responsible. We're like, we are not the president. We are World One Development News you can use. Yeah. But we can try. But people, when they see us, well, why y'all do this? This don't make no sense. Why are you doing this with immigration? So I'll tell you this. If you're going to travel out the country, know a little bit about politics.
If you want to
survive going through the systems and customs and all that, because I'll tell you now, for the person from another country, they ask you this stuff like you can answer all these questions and you have to let people know, look, I don't get into all of that. So Damali, what is another thing between Donald Trump and Kamala we need to consider?
I think that you guys need to. So I actually found an article, and I believe I've already uploaded it on our social media page. And if I'll double check it after we are off the show, and if I did not, I will upload it. But it actually gives you a comparison of the 2 candidates. Let me read what Narissa says really quick because she just popped up.
This is a message from Miss Narissa, our sister. Come on, what Narissa has
to say.
So
Narissa says, double check and confirm you are registered to vote prior to your vote. Good point, sis. Prior to voter registration deadline. As you are aware, people are often removed from voter registration rolls for various reasons. Case in point, my nephew was removed prior to the 2020 election. Someone called the Florida Board of Elections and informed them that my nephew had moved to another county. This was not true. If it weren't for my sister ensuring that he had an absentee ballot taken care of before he returned to college, no one would have been the wiser until it was too late to fix things so he could vote.
Let me ask you this, Damali, real quick, and that's a great point, Narissa. Thank you so much. Double check to make sure you're still registered. But here's the ticket. I feel like it could be a lot of trickery because they they did not even want to accept the last election.
Mhm.
We have to remember as Americans, during the last election, there ended up being an insurrection where police officers got killed. They
Right.
raided the nation's capital.
Right.
It had nooses outside,
Mhm.
breaking through the window. I was like, man, our democracy is at stake. Meaning, what if they would have hung Nancy Pelosi or grabbed her or killed?
Whatever.
I mean, in my mind, I'm looking at this thinking, this cannot be America.
That's the same
right
thing
now.
I thought. I was like, what?
But I will say that America stood up and said and prosecuted the people
They
were
did.
involved in
Well,
it,
but you
and
do
they're in prison now.
Well, but you do understand that the number one thing that Donald J. Trump is going to do once he is back in office, if he makes it back in office, the number one thing that he's already said, and it's included in this information that I'll be posting, is that he's going to go back and all of those people who were prosecuted, he's going to give them pardons.
I don't think he can do that.
As a president, you can. You see all the people you let out. There was somebody
executive orders. He can
and,
do
and, and again, even though we're just going through the details, we still, I got to keep saying it.
That's another reason why he probably won't get in office.
Yeah, we keep trying to say we're not trying to tell you who to vote for. We just still trying to give the facts. But that is a good point that a lot of that stuff happened. And at the end of the day, if somebody went to jail on your behalf, then you may be trying to get them out of it. That's
Right.
just like a regular everyday Damali. If you went to war for me because I was down, then I'm going to try to come to your rescue and say, cell block number 3, can you please let Damali go? Because she tried to stand up for me.
Right.
You never know because there are still laws. It's not like you
Sure.
can just do this. You can assign executive orders, but I don't know if you can just start letting people out. But you do have a lot of power as the president.
You have a lot of power.
And you're talking about a president that's been convicted of a felony versus a president, a possible president who hasn't been convicted of a felony at all or any charges.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get down to some of these platforms. Can we get down to some specifics of what they're running on, the difference between former President Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? What we got?
Okay, so let's talk about economy. The economy. So as to their stances about electric vehicles. Vice President Kamala Harris, her stance on that is to prioritize electric vehicles. She's calling for ramping up electric vehicle production. On the other side, former President Donald Trump, is saying that no, we don't want to do that because that is a threat to the auto industry. We don't want to do that at all. No, I'm cool with having electrical vehicles, but not that cool.
Well, let's do this. So that's a lot to unpack because I think that also has to deal with where you are potentially in your career, where you work, what you want to do when you grow up, what you're in college to do. Because in my mind, when you say electric, I'm thinking better ozone, cleaner air. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not an expert in there enough. That's why we're doing it on the show. On the other side, it's kind of like, is there a balance to it where I just don't want to go all electrical because we do got GMC and all these other people. It's blue collar that you work in. So how now you're going to say all electric? Now thousands of people are out of jobs.
So that's what we go back and forth. So the reason why she's saying, yes, let's ramp up electric vehicle production is because she's seeking to address the climate change by slowly phasing out gas-powered vehicles, right? Because that is part of our emissions and the issue that we're having. But, based on the fact that, I am thinking about the fact that I don't want to displace these auto workers. So what she was initially saying was that, by 2032, they wanted to have 67% more electric vehicles, right? But then she's like, maybe that's not realistic because we don't really want to disenfranchise those individuals in that industry. So it seems to me that she's willing to do a balance,
right?
And because you got to think about, we only have one planet Earth.
And I'll say this too, and that goes to that. So when you deal with people that's thinking about the earth and greenery and all of that and the solar and are we going to burn up one day? Is the solar eclipse going to hit us? When you get into that, then those probably going to be people where we're going with Kamala because this gas and this pollution and all of that stuff is really, because a lot of people look at that and say, if we don't make changes by this year, then now, because I can tell you right now, it feel like you could accidentally have failed into hell. That's how hot it is in Oklahoma right now. I mean, it's a heat wave all across the U.S. And as hot as it is, I could go with her because I'm like, if starting up, let's do something to help the people that need to transition to electric versus gas.
Right.
But if it's going to get another 10 degrees hotter, all these women out here saying, you know what, korma don't melt. What they say, chocolate don't melt. What they say, get too hot. Y'all want, what's the pretty women say? I'm korma, I don't want to melt. Whatever that is, I ain't going to get in too far into that. But I don't know if that really determines whether I want to go with you or not go with you as president, because that's a difference of opinion. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of those things. To the live, real quick, Stephen Caperi.
Hey, Pastor
Uganda
Caperi, what's
is
happening?
in the building. We just talked all about you, Pastor
Good
Caperi,
night
and
to
all of
you.
that good stuff. And we did a good story on you on the news yesterday. Got another article out. We got something else coming up. I got some breaking news for you. But we appreciate Uganda tuning in directly from Kamuli. Mr. Kool-Aid said if Trump get in, he not coming out. So he said that's going to be like the Roach Motel. He going to check into the White House and he ain't going to never check out. But anyway, we'll see how that go. It will be a lot to make that happen. Curl and Martin, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Eli Grayson said, guys, electrical car sales are regulated by the market, not the government.
Okay.
So that's definitely a different way to look at it. Teresa Harris says, I love the live. I love y'all energy. The big issue I see with electric vehicles is charging stations. When normally we go to the gas station, 10 to 15 minutes, top the electric car, it takes an hour to top them off to get them back moving. But I think they maybe could get better with that.
Yeah.
But I definitely want. What happens with your electric car if you just kind of stop like midway down the turnpike? Or you just kind of.
That's what I'm saying. See, I'm afraid.
I don't have an electric car. I've been in
a tow
electric
truck
car.
has to come get you.
For real?
So most cars
Eli got one. Eli,
lasting 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's no bring a battery to you. There's a tow truck coming to get you.
That's
the
going.
only downside of running out of juice.
And Eli says that it's the lack of charging stations that are the issue.
So it sounds like if you rolling with Kamala on this issue, specifically whether it's gas or electric, then you want to ask about charging stations, how to expedite that. What is in the works to say now we ain't got all these people stuck on the highway somewhere, because, it takes an hour to charge up the car. So that's something that you can debate.
Eli, we know you drive a spaceship too. So.
What's the number?
Yeah.
Let me call in. Eli said he want to call in. The number is 918-856-3873. Eli, we'll take a quick break. Give us a call, and we're going to get some insight from Mr. Eli Grayson regarding these electric cars. This is KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development. News you can use. Charles and Damali, Uncle Bobby is here, JB is here, and we'll be right back, y'all.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use with Charles and Damali, and we are back. We have a special caller on the line right now. Who do we have on the line?
We have none other than Mr. Eli Grayson, who always has some information and some bombs to drop. So Eli, what you got going on?
And he's already real quick. We'll say he also has a show, just in case you want to catch all of his energy, because he's definitely a historian.
Yeah.
But every Tuesday, African and Indian Table Talk is at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. We was talking about these electric cars, and Eli has an electric spaceship that he flies around North Tulsa from time to time. Eli, welcome to the show. How you doing, my friend?
Are you trying to describe my growth on my car?
Right.
Eli, okay, give us some insight on this electric car situation, because you drive one. What you got?
Okay, so the issue is not the government regulating car. The market is going to determine. The problem is that there's enough electric stations out there. That's the issue. Walmart, Supercenter, of putting them in, loves the highway gas thing.
Right.
They're putting them in. So it's a catch-up game. But the Trump slowed it down.
Yeah, Eli, your phone is breaking up. It's like in and out. Are you on
speaker or are you on the Bluetooth?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. The problem is that the Trump administration slowed down the installation of the electrified stations and the electrical stations across the country. So the Biden administration had to play catch up. But then they went into the COVID years of nothing happening. And now it's a catch up game. But the great thing about an electric car is that you can charge it at home. You don't have to go to a gas station or Electrify America station to charge your car. You can do it at home. I plug up my car several times a week, and my electrical thing comes on automatically at 12:01 midnight. I think it takes about 2.5 hours. When I get up in the morning, I usually have 400 miles to drive around on my car.
That's good. That's good. Eli, I appreciate that, because we got a loaded show today. That's Mr. Eli Grayson. And like I said, again, African and Indian Table Talk, 1 p.m. every Tuesday right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. Eli said you can have your charge station at your home. So if you charge it at home, I don't know who driving over 400 miles every day. I know I'm not. Right. But that's like a full tank of gas.
Right.
Go ahead, Eli.
Yeah. And my electric bill went up about $30 a month.
Oh, that's all?
Yep.
Man, that's something to think about.
And doesn't the government give you incentives to have those at your house?
No, well, not in Oklahoma. If you live in other states, you probably got something, but not in this
rebates,
state.
Anything?
No.
Yeah, they're rebates. They're less now than what they were 3-4 years ago when the market was new.
Right.
But they sold millions of electrical cars this past year. So there are millions of electric cars on the road. So there's no need for the government assistance for it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
Now, Eli, let me make sure I get this right. Did you say it basically costs you about $30 a month dealing with your electric car?
That's it.
That's it. I'm going to let you go off that because I'm coming to see you, because you got to let me borrow $20 because you are saving a lot of money. So just meet me at McDonald's, Quick Trip, Popeyes, or whatever. I'm gonna pay for that because I need a little loan.
Right.
I appreciate you calling in. Again, listen to the show every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Right here on KBOB 89.9. Appreciate you calling in. Eli, enjoy your day, my friend, man. Look forward to seeing you.
All right, bye-bye.
And a lot of manufacturers that weren't into electric car game dropped electric cars this past year too, from Lexus to GM, there's one called Riviera. There's
some nice ones too.
Every major brand has an electric car now, when it used to be only Tesla or Hyundai. It was just one or two, but now everybody's got them.
Now, what do you think about that? Now, that's the beauty of having our show and being able to tell our story our way and have callers like Eli can call in. Damali, he said that he charges his car at night.
Right.
It takes time. It don't matter because you sleep.
Right.
And then he got 400 miles he can travel every day.
Every day.
And he only spends $30 per month.
Yeah.
Making you think about electric now?
I'm still on the fence.
Now I'm gonna tell you my problem with electric car. I got an electric car. It's not even a problem. I couldn't figure out if it was on or off. I couldn't hear. I couldn't figure out.
That's what I'm saying.
I was in we went somewhere. I say Omaha, and we went out to eat. I thought the car was out. We had a restaurant for 2-3 hours. I got in the car and tried to start it. It was already on. And another thing about it, them electric cars go fast.
They do.
If you touch that gas, you're going to pop a wheelie
Right.
in an electric car.
I
I'm
think
telling
too,
you.
if you live in a major metro area, like where the cities, your commute is longer
Right.
every day, and you don't live in a small place like Tulsa, is 15 minutes wide.
Right.
The state of Oklahoma is probably 300 miles wide. So you
Right.
could drive from one side of the state in Oklahoma versus if you're
Right.
in Texas,
Yeah,
you
that's
got
not
400 or
gonna happen.
500 miles.
Right.
So you have to charge more often. I mean, it depends on where you live. The benefits of having one of those cars.
I think with 400 miles, you know, with me, I'm from
Can't be
Arkansas, but you can shoot the Little Rock and back. You
Yeah.
can shoot the
Right.
Dallas and back. You probably go about Kansas City pretty close and
Mhm.
back. So that's a lot of range off one tank of gas. And electric cars, the one thing I noticed, it seemed like the mileage wasn't ever going down. I'm like, is electric working?
I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
When you go charge your car, it's always a special parking spot for you. As long as you can
Now
get
that part.
it. They don't.
That
Those,
part.
All right. All
they're
right, y'all.
unique
What y'all
places.
think? I know we're going to switch gears. I just want to say shout out to Jay. Welcome to the show from Seattle.
Hey, hey, hey.
Lunzel King, welcome to the
Hey,
show
hey,
down there
hey.
in St. Louis. Miss Montina.
What? Manita.
My bad. Welcome
gonna
to
get
the
it one
show.
day, sis.
Curtis, welcome to the show. Lorraine
Hello.
Dazzler, welcome to the show. Christy Stewart, welcome to the show. And Miss Miles, welcome to the show. Right here
Hello.
with news you can use. Okay, Damali, we talked about one platform they stand on, gas cars versus the electric.
So I'm just gonna punt a couple of things out here, and and then we can talk just a little bit about them instead of spending so much time on each.
Well, let's just grab the next one.
Yeah. So the next one is housing. Vice President is pushing and advocating for federal programs to expand housing access to affordable housing and to reduce homelessness. Whereas Donald Trump, what he is wanting to do is he is wanting to encourage new construction. Instead of building more structures that are going to be communal spaces,
Right.
like housing additions,
Right.
But the thing is, everybody can't afford that.
Right.
So if I'm a person who can't afford to purchase a home or to qualify for a home, then what I'm going to be needing is something that's going to be more of affordable housing option.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's that. Let's see the next one.
And if y'all have a thought
Let's
on
talk
that,
about taxes. So
that's the big thing, taxes.
what Vice President wants to do is she wants to unwind some of the taxes.
I think what we'll do is every time we say their name, we'll just say the whole thing, just for new people that's coming on to the show.
Okay. So Vice President Kamala Harris, what she wants to do is she wants to unwind some of Trump's tax cuts. So she's wanting to repeal the entire Trump tax cuts as a presidential candidate in 2020 is what she wanted to do. She ran in 2020.
Right.
And so that's still her platform. She's just like some of this stuff that Trump has
Is
put
it
into place.
everything? Most.
She is saying most everything.
Okay.
Of course, Trump is wanting to extend those. He is in favor of extending the cuts if he's elected because a large portion of those cuts are going to end in 2025.
Wow, that's next year.
Right.
So now what you might be getting down to in this presidency is economics. Because at the end of the day, we know about them tax cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the one thing people was smiling about, Damali, that I must admit, it seemed like Trump was kind of giving away money like hotcakes when he was in there. And people getting checks for $3,900. I seen new MAGA hats popping up everywhere because people just felt like, but I don't think people realized you had to pay taxes on that.
Yep.
It was a comeback to that.
Yeah.
And
So there's a back door.
this is my thing. And we business owners, we entrepreneurs, when Trump is in office, being honest, it helps us more because we didn't have to pay nowhere near as many taxes. And we understand that. But I feel like the gap between the have and the have-nots or the wealthy is that, to me, that's the issue because most of the time in America, depending on who you are, you don't have opportunities to get in business, get loans from banks.
Right.
And a lot of the benefits that come out of the business world, everybody don't have access. Just think about all these ARPA dollars. Think about when you go to the bank to get a loan. How many people that look like us, how many people that look at like us can go get $1 million loan right now from a bank? How many people can even go get a loan? How difficult is it? JB, I ask you, you're a Black Wall Street Media Group. How difficult is it as an entrepreneur to go to the bank and get like a loan for 100 or 200 or 300,000?
It's extremely difficult. It's not an easy process.
Yeah.
I don't care if you go through the SBA, go through your bank that you're doing money with every month. It's not easy to get money, especially as a Black-owned business.
Right.
They don't believe in us
Right.
a lot of times.
And I think that's where the rubber is going to meet the road in this campaign, is because it sounds good when you say it. Well, if you have your own business, you can get a loan, you get a line of credit, you do this,
Right.
but you can have an 800 credit score or decent credit. You can have all those things. And it seemed like more than not, we get denied for those loans. When the money came out with the PPP missed us in North Tulsa, because I don't think I know but one or two people.
And the even sadder part about that is you can check all the boxes.
Every box on the piece of paper.
Every box on the piece of paper, but when it comes down to it, the person who, your big corporations, your Walmart, your American Airlines, your people like that are going to be the ones that
don't need it.
That don't need the money.
Y'all got billions and billions. So I'm looking, for me personally, who is going to get to the common man and woman?
Exactly.
The common everyday, the small business, because I feel like that's the engine of America.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't go do big business. Everybody can't go. Now, I'm not saying this against nobody, but when you see the money come out and you say the casino got 30 million and then in 6 months they gave it back. But you couldn't give none of the grocery stores. You couldn't give none of the meat markets. You couldn't give none of these other marketplaces. You can give them $100,000 not to fold, but you can give the money to somebody that technically don't need it. So I think what
and they give it back to you.
And I think that's what make people say Kamala is big government, Trump is big, not so much government. So that, to me, that's a lot what it come down. You feel like if you got Kamala in, that the government gonna be a lot more involved in your life, versus I think on the Trump side of it is big business. We can, and I'm just gonna say this, Damali, that makes sense if you make it fair for everybody. If you make it fair for everybody, I'm all good with it.
Right.
My problem is you don't make it fair for everybody. So I don't want to play that game, because what you have access to, we're not gonna have access to. Everybody won't have access to. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree. Let's move to the next topic. So let's talk about trade. So trade. Vice President Kamala Harris is moving for no across the board tariffs on trade with other countries, whereas Biden is saying, whereas Trump is saying yes to across the board tariffs. What he is proposing is he is wanting to impose at least a 10% tariff across all imported goods. So that means anything that's coming in from China and other, and I get it. I mean, that does make sense, but we do need to trade with other countries, for some of the goods and wares that we have. And so, but
that's a big one.
Yeah,
that's a huge one.
Yeah.
And and I can tell you, because this is us personally, but you have to think about it as a community, as a state, or however you need to look at it. For me, my biggest thing is who all getting a chance to participate in what it is that you're doing.
Right.
My issue is if you make this available to all, I don't have as much of an issue with it. My issue with it is too many people are blocked out from it.
Yep.
So if it's only for the top 10%, and not just saying that's what it is, show me in your debate where this is going to come down to the common man and the common woman, so that we all can prosper. So if you can explain that, then I can look at this thing totally different, because what Kamala is saying now, she already knows backdoor deals going on with all of that. You over in the country, you already know some schism going on.
Right.
So she like, forget that. We're not even dealing with none of that.
Right.
So now we don't have to be on the hook as Americans for some stuff that we don't know, that we may have to unravel later. It's just what my thought is.
Yes. All right. So let's hit education. Education. Vice President Kamala Harris is all for funding public education. Whereas former President Donald Trump is saying cut the education department altogether.
What?
He wants to get rid of the education department and want to let local areas and the states handle education, period.
What's your thought, Damali? I don't even want to get started yet. Go ahead. What you think?
Well, I think that you need to have some sort of federal regulation there. I think that because you always need to have checks and balances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so our system has worked, in my opinion, it was working well with having those checks and balances all the way up. So, the local has to report to the state has to report to the feds.
I like that.
So it's checks and balances, in my opinion. I think that when you go to a country like Africa, like we just went,
yes,
where they have to pay for education.
Right.
Whereas, in the United States, our education is free. We want to continue to figure out ways where we can provide free education to our communities, and I know that there are some countries who even provide free college.
Right.
And those countries are flourishing and doing well. Instead of people getting out of college and having all of this college debt, just trying to go to school to create a better life for themselves, or getting these college degrees.
Right.
And now I got to go work at McDonald's because I can't even get a job in the field that I went to school for, and I owe $200,000 in student loans.
Yeah, that's a double negative. Real quick, I'm gonna go to the live. Welcome to the show, Robert Bobby Steele. Thanks
Hi.
for tuning in. Darren Williams that went with us to Uganda.
Hey, Darren.
Welcome to the show. Teacher over there at McLean, also a pastor, and this brother here is Sharp. Thank you for coming in. Teresa said it's very difficult to get loans, and
Yep.
it is, regardless of your credit, regardless of checking the boxes. It seems good, but can I get the money too?
Right.
That's the problem. Sue Beckett, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Teresa Harris, welcome to the show, said, I actually built my business off my back just because I wasn't able to get the help starting as a small business,
Right.
which is exactly my point. You have these deals that you want to regulate it differently. The problem is everybody can't participate. So a small business like Miss Teresa Harris, if she need 100 or 200,000 to get her payroll, to get her updates, to become successful, you go to the bank or the programs through the government. We can't barely even get the paperwork for it.
Right.
And then you look across the street and look at the big businesses, they're getting millions to do the things. The next thing you know, they're already bankrupt.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do it, we have to make it fair across the board. So when the former president or the vice president comes up and says what they're going to do, how is this going to reach everyday people is my thought. Real quick, Kenneth Smith, welcome to the show. LaShawn Hilda, welcome to the show. Nancy Ann Fields, welcome to the show. Extreme Boy out of Uganda.
Hey, hey, hey.
He said, hey, it's me, Richard, listening from Uganda. Thanks for listening in.
Appreciate you.
Maybell Wallace, Theater
Hey,
North.
Miss Maybell.
Al Prince, welcome to the show. Damali, you hitting some nuggets, but can you please read the education thing? I just think education is so important. Read the different platforms or how they look at education.
Okay, so Vice President Kamala Harris, what she is saying is she wants to fund public education. She wants to, and not only fund public education, but she wants to increase teacher pay. Whereas former President Trump wants to get rid of the education department altogether and let local areas and frankly states handle education. Trump has proposed incentivizing schools to eliminate teacher tenure, reinstating the commission focused on teaching U.S. history and allowing for a universal school choice.
So, you know what, for me, Damali, it's all about how these things are implemented. So is he just saying from a federal level, he don't want to fund it from the federal, but he wants the governor, who is the CEO of the states. And my assumption is the government going to give the governor the money, and however the governor see fit to do whatever they want to do. He just don't want to have nothing to do with the department being there trying to navigate all the education stuff across the United States.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering.
I'm just saying, I really do believe that education needs to be free. I feel like that's why the U.S. is running so far behind, and I feel like China and Russia and these other countries in terms of intellect, in terms of ingenuity, in terms of the high level stuff, like places like Dubai. I just feel like when I look at us, I'm like, man, how we supposed to be the big dog, but it seems like we are running behind in a lot of those areas.
Right.
But anyway, what we got coming up next? I just thought education was really important.
Yeah, education is and student loan debt.
Let's stay. We're gonna read the student loan debt, take a break, and then on the live, y'all let us know, because I know student loan debt is a big thing.
Yes.
So what's their platform?
So Vice President Kamala Harris is saying forgive student loan debt.
Amen.
And of course, former President Donald Trump says no forgiveness for anybody. He's pushing for cuts to the program that assists student loan forgiveness. And now what he did do was he did suspend during the COVID years. He did suspend interest on student loan payments during that time. So I think he felt like that was his, give back to community. But at this point, he's like, no forgiveness. You guys pay your debt.
I went to college and I accumulated some debt. I know you went to college. There's many people out there still paying student loan debt after 20 years.
Right.
So when you hear that platform of her wanting to forgive student loan debt versus him saying, okay, reduce the interest, help with some programs and do that, what is your thought on that?
I think that because I think that it's very difficult. Student loan debt is probably one of the biggest things that keep people in debt.
Right.
That and credit card debt. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that if we understand and we see that, as being a problem in our country, then we need to be looking at ways that we can solve that issue, so that we can make it where when we talk about the haves and the have-nots, making it, where it's fair for everybody to be able to be in position to be a have.
Damali, we're going to take a break based on you saying that, but I do want to say welcome to the show, Lowell Newsom, Willie
Hello.
Wiley, Darius Gore, Les Dorsey, Brenda Head, Claudette Lampkin, and welcome to the show, Thaddeus Griffin. Coming up next on the live, let us know, do you think Kamala that wants to forgive student loan debt is your best position, or Trump that want to cut the interest and maybe work within a little system to curb it just a little bit? We're going to talk about that next right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali and the producer, JB Smooth, is here. We'll be right back.
Is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa, I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use with Charles and Damali. And we are back talking former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. We talking quiet the noise and let's get to the facts. What platforms are they running on? We've talked about housing. The last thing we read before break was student loan debt. Vice President Kamala Harris said we should forgive debt. What y'all think about that? Trump said that he'll forgive the interest rate and maybe work with you on it, but he want to keep that student loan debt sitting on top of that head. Anyway, what are y'all thoughts about that? And we're going to switch you into like 3 more of these, and then we're going to have to switch gears and talk a little bit about the Olympics.
All right, so crime. Vice President Kamala Harris is very vocal proponent for police reform and gun violence prevention.
Right.
Former President Donald Trump says he's taking the tough on crime approach, and he's promoted the landmark criminal justice reform. So he does have a reform package out there that he's going for as well. So it's going to be one of those where you need to look at the 2 different, proposals to see which one of them best suits what you think about what you're looking for as far as
the growth in that particular area, right?
Right, because that's a big thing with United States. The thing
Right.
with policing, community policing, the policy in policing, and that, as far as in the African American community, that's a big deal in every state. Especially when we just on the heels of the young lady getting killed when she called the police and she said Jesus and he shot her in the face. And some parts of Trump are just saying immunity for all police officers, no matter what happens. And I know we definitely can't do that.
Right.
But we do have to do something to make the relationships between our communities and the police department better.
Yes. The other thing that's a big deal is immigration.
Yes.
Vice President Kamala Harris is saying that she backs the bipartisan bill. She opposes family separation and favors allowing undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens to apply for a green card. Whereas we already know former President Donald Trump is wanting to build a wall.
Let me tell you something, Damali. This is a sticky one. To me, this is a sticky one because it seems like in the United States of America, homelessness is bad. I would say mental health is bad. Our family structure is bad. I feel like the United States is still trying to get it together. So how do you navigate? Because immigration is the family come across the wall. I heard Vice President Kamala is like, we need to work with them, help them get a green card. But what is the balance in just trying to ensure us as Americans are making it to ourselves with bringing so many other people in that it seems like when you talk about African Americans, they end up getting more benefits, a lot more benefits than even what we get trying to make it. I'm just saying in our community, that's my issue with it because it's kind of like, they treat them, and I'm not nothing against nobody. I'm just calling a spade better than we are treated in trying to get our education and housing and our family structure together and the benefits we need. I just don't think the people in the United States should be at the back of the line, but I'm definitely not a person that's saying that you don't do right by people because people are trying to get here for a better life. So I'm not saying I'm not against that. I'm just saying let the resources help the people that are here trying to make it as struggling because there's a lot of people struggling and homeless and sleeping under bridges as you do that. What's the balance in that, you think?
But I think that's going to have to go back to, I don't think people look at government like government is supposed to fix everything.
They're supposed to fix most things. They get all the money.
Well, but what I'm saying is that some of this falls back on us as not necessarily on federal government. There's stuff that's happening locally and statewide that needs to also happen. You know what I'm saying? So we keep looking to the federal government to solve every issue when that's, I don't.
But when you talk about immigration, you're talking about coming over a wall into somebody's country. That's government. Right. Now, once you get here, now you came into Texas or you came into Oklahoma. Now that's where your governors has to come into play and your mayors. But if you coming into our country undocumented, that's a federal thing.
Nobody else is able to do that. Other countries aren't allowed.
Man, they don't let you do that in no other country at all.
You guys know how hard it was to travel from America to Africa.
We barely. I'm like, we from the motherland. They was like, no, let me see all of your stuff. Let me see your yellow fever shots and all that. No, I'm just playing. It was pretty cool, but it is difficult to get in. You ain't just, and that's when you documented and got all of your stuff. So, I don't disagree with you. Can we go to the live real quick? Because I don't want to be. So to the live. Willie Ray, welcome to the show. Eli Grayson said that infrastructure is the greatest need for the U.S. If you look at other nations around the world, their rail systems and highways are modern. I totally agree with that, Eli.
And he also says if you want high inflation, then go cold turkey on immigration.
Yeah.
So that's,
I agree with that. Look, I agree with that, Eli Grayson. Keith Silver, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Cleon Williams, boy, let me tell you something, Damali, back in the day, and I ain't saying nothing, but me and Cleon used to be on that first leg and second leg and that 4x100 meter relay.
Okay.
We could have been in the Olympics. No, I'm just playing. I just went too far. But shout out to my boy Cleon, man. We from the crib down there in the B-Town. I appreciate you rocking with us. Sandra, welcome to the show. Vincent Carson.
Hey, Vince.
Part of the Solid 17. Welcome to the show. That's a great brother right there. Matt Plain Becker, welcome to the show. Mary Robinson, welcome to the show. Carlita Williams. Robert Goldsman. TL Mack. I like that name. I'm switching my name to TL Mack. Linwood Rouse, welcome to the show. We are talking Trump former President Trump and Vice President Biden. Quiet the noise and get to Vice President Harris.
Yeah.
Quiet the noise and let's get to the facts. We're going to go over 2 more. If you missed it, please share this video because we've been going over nothing but meat and potatoes. You can go back and watch the show because it is live, but we want to hit on a few more of these before we switch over to the Olympics. Let's go.
Yeah. So, and the one point that I wanted to make also is I think that when I'm listening to former President Trump, one of the things that I hear him say all the time is that people who are coming across the borders are the ones who are creating all of this crime in our country, which that's not true.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that part because I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
because
I don't.
Yeah, now you're profiling people.
Exactly.
So I don't agree with that. I don't think that you say people
but
are
that
rapists.
Is his reasoning for
I
wanting to put up these border walls and having all of this border patrol is because that's what he's saying. So that is not true. And so that's the issue that I have with it is don't, try to label people and say that this is what they're doing when that is not so.
I would assume most people that are trying to get to America are trying to get here for a better life because if all you are is a rapist and want to steal, you can stay in your own country and do that. Why do all that to come and do something you can do right there where you live? If you want to steal, you can just steal and do that. So I agree with you in that I don't think we should insult people and do that. So I totally agree with that.
Okay. And so then I think this is the last one that we're going
to last but not least,
transgender rights.
Man, this is a big one right here because this is definitely what I say Damali is a divide.
Yeah. So Vice President Kamala Harris supports protections for transgender rights and has earned praises from the LGBTQ advocates, whereas former President Donald Trump totally opposes expanding transgender rights. And he has vowed to use his federal power to stop gender-affirming causes for minors, which he equates with child abuse.
You know what? That's such a hot potato. We just want to let y'all know the platform that they stand on. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of layers to all of that. But our goal is to quiet the noise because you shouldn't talk about people and do all of that. But we just want to give you, if you want to know what they think about it and the platform that they're running on, that's their perspective on it. Damali, I just want to hat off to you. You did a good job. There's more stuff we can get into. We'll probably do this again. Again on the live, y'all keep sharing this video because we're trying to just get people educated and informed because this election is going to be a big one. So are we getting ready to switch gears to our Hump Day Hot Topics?
Switch gears.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump Day!
Hump Day! It's Hump Day!
Hey, Mike!
It's
the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike.
Quick shout outs real quick. Welcome to the show, Robbie Massey, Rod Smith, Zandra Hall, my cousin. What's going on down there in Arkansas? And Alan Jackson. Welcome to the show. Make sure you click share right now. Go and hit that little arrow. Share it to your page because we covered some great stuff. But we got to switch gears to Olympics, Damali.
Yes.
The Olympics.
Yes.
Do you love the Olympics?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, I'll turn it on thinking I'm going to watch it for like 5 minutes or something. Ooh. I just want to check in. I'm sitting there 3 hours later.
It'd be nighttime.
Man,
it'd be time to go to bed.
Oh, my God.
Now, let me tell you something that I love about the Olympics and I love about sports. Mm-hmm. I know in our country we can be divided.
Yes.
But the one thing I believe that always pull us together is sports.
Listen, Charles has said that from the very first time I met him way back 12 years ago up until today is the one thing that unifies the world is sports.
The one thing that puts us all. Look, you can be from these little small towns, but on Friday night lights, the whole community, black, white, green, yellow, you go in the stands, people sharing popcorn, pickles, every time score, high five, you do all of that. And by the time you leave after the game, they lock in the doors.
Right.
You know what I'm talking? It's just weird how that happens. Like the Olympics, we all together. Let's go USA. I wish USA could be what we are to the Olympics, to each other every day, black, white, green, or yellow.
Right.
That's my hope. That's my wish. And that's what I'm hoping one of these presidential candidates can do for us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, who have been under a rock somewhere, I don't know where you've been, but the Olympic Games are a global athletic competition that features summer and winter sports events with thousands of athletes from all around the world. The games are considered the world's foremost sports competition, and they are a symbol of unity and diversity. Right. They originated in ancient Greece and were revived in the late 19th century by a Frenchman by the name of Pierre de Coubertin, who was inspired by the ancient games held in Olympia, Greece, which ended in 393 AD. Okay, so that's what it's all about. That's where it originated from, and that's kind of what we've been operating under in the premise of the Olympic Games.
To take it up, that's why you always have to listen to KBOB 89.9 FM, Whirlwind Development, Nugent, Charles, and Damali, because we're going to give you the historical stuff. So now you know when and why the Olympics came to be.
Right. So from July 26th until the closing ceremony, which is going to be August 11th, athletes will compete in 32 different categories of sports ranging from archery to table tennis. Spectators from all around the world will gather to watch their favorite athletes, such as Simone Biles, Katie I can't say her name, Ledecky, in swimming and gymnastics, among others. So, so what's being played now? Like, I've watched basketball, I've watched surfing, I've watched volleyball, table tennis, diving. Yeah.
That synchronized diving is real, huh?
Man,
they go in the water. I'm like, did they go in the water? I didn't see the splash. What a splash.
Exactly.
I mean, and the gymnastics last night.
Killer.
Man, they got the gold last night.
Yes, got the gold.
I want to try to get one of them gold medals. It look all heavy. I'm like, that's worth something.
And so what I love, and so the one thing that's been huge about this year's event that everybody is talking about, which I think is a genius move on the behalf of the IOC or the International Olympic Committee, is that they had Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah. You're lucky we can't play it on the air. We'll play a whole song. Right. But Snoop Dogg?
Right.
JB, was that a shocker that Snoop Dogg ended up bringing the torch in?
I mean, it wasn't a shocker to me. I've been knowing about it for a while, but I think the main thing is, showing that just how much hip-hop culture and urban culture is influencing athletes and the sports world, period. I mean, I don't care what athlete it is. If they're practicing somewhere, they're usually probably listening to some hip-hop, their favorite hip-hop. That culture is just so huge. It's taking over country music. It's taking over other genres, and everybody's starting to sound like it. But, I mean, you just got to take your hat off the hip-hop music, period, and understand it's came a long way. I mean, 50 years old.
50 years old.
They looking at Snoop like the grandpa of the Olympics.
Right. He the grandpa.
I do want to say he's being very supportive of, key athletes that are the same skin color as him, which is it's great. I mean, people love Snoop wherever he goes. He's considered one of the top artists in the world when he goes and tours. So,
and then Snoop think he a little athlete too. He be quarterback and he got the little league team. Snoop be Snoop can get down. So to me, when you just kind of think about Snoop Dogg bringing a torch, that means that's before the entire world, Damali. This is not a concert in California. This is not some in the U.S. You got to think the United States said, Snoop Doggy Dogg, you are going to be the face of what's going on with the Olympics for the world to see. That hit different, Jamal.
Well, I think that because you're bridging different worlds. So you're bridging the sports world. Like you said, he has his own little league team that he has. Then you are bridging entertainment.
Hold on, let me do my sea walk.
Lord.
You see Serena Williams did her. Let me get mine. I'm under the table, y'all. Don't y'all be hating on me. I'm getting it up here too, huh? Y'all see the shoulder roll. All right, I'm back.
But I mean, Snoop is bigger than just the sports, though. I mean, he's transcending through so many different brands.
Well, that was my point before Charles started Seawalking.
He's got
my point was
everything you can think of he's involved in.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point. My point was that when we talk about entertainment.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of entertainment. You're talking about sports. He has his own team.
Right.
You're talking about, movies and athletes. He's everywhere.
Now here's the ticket. Now, how you gonna talk about all that, but then hate on the Seawalk? What did you
I
know
didn't- I
about
didn't
Snoop
hate.
first?
I
Oh,
didn't hate.
you was watching it.
I didn't
Your
hate
feet
on the
started
Seawalk.
moving too. I saw your feet. Damali was like, "Oh
I
man,
wasn't
hold
hating.
on."
I was trying to get my point out.
Hey, let me do some shout outs on the live, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in locally, nationally, and internationally. Patricia Griffin said, "What's up, family?"
Hey.
What's going on, Patricia? We appreciate that $100. Me and Damali,
Yes.
we fed the kids with that. I promise you.
Yeah, we did.
Scott
quick.
Proctor, welcome
Damali,
to
do
the
you
show.
know how many medals the United States has right now?
You know what? I do. Let me see. Hold on.
It's been some more because they've been.
See, that's what I'm saying. I can't keep up.
It's a moving target.
I want to say the United States is leading in medals,
United
but
States
when
is
it comes
leading.
to gold, we
They're not
kind of
leading in the gold.
slacking.
We slacking, man.
We slacking. We getting
I don't
second and third.
understand.
Slacking. We are
Thank
slacking.
you, Simone in the gymnast.
There's still a lot of big competitions to
Man,
come.
Oh, yeah.
coming
So
up.
I'm sure they'll win more
Yeah.
gold in certain things. Me personally, I got my eye on the kid, the 16-year-old phenom
Quincy.
Man,
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, 10th grader too.
Yes.
like 10.74 in the 100 meter. He's right there trying to break Usain Bolt's record
Yeah.
and Michael Johnson's record.
Boy, you was talking about the wrong person.
He
That is not
is-
Quincy Wilson. Quincy Wilson runs the quarter.
Quincy Wilson
Run.
has a 10.74 in the 100 meter. He also runs on the relay team, but he qualified for. Originally, he was trying to qualify for the 100 meter race. I don't know if they're going to let him run in that.
Jay Bizzle. Quincy runs the quarter. A quarter is when you run one time around.
He runs the 400 with the team.
400.
Yeah,
So
that's a quarter.
So that's one trip around
Yeah.
each person. So his time is like a 44.
Right.
That's his time to make one trip around, which is astronomical to be a sophomore.
Under
high school.
18, 16 years old.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
But his 100 meter time is 10.74.
he do not. I run a 10.7 in high school in the 100. He don't run the 100.
Mm.
Quincy Wilson don't run the 100. I'm trying to tell you. I'm a track
Yeah.
enthusiast.
Phenom.
I'm telling you, I'm phenom. Yeah. He does not run that. He runs the quarter, JB. Don't even look no more. Look
I'm
at me.
looking right here.
Look at me.
I'm looking
He
right
don't
here
run
at
the
the
100.
facts. It's on the internet.
Okay. Quick shout out to some other people tuning in. Diane,
I watched the
welcome to
video
the
the
show.
other night.
Van Tate, welcome to the show.
Y'all
Brian
are funny.
McClain, welcome to the
Y'all
show.
are
Nick
fun
Stewart,
day.
Robert Trust Jr., welcome to the show. Leslie, welcome to the show. Lewis T, welcome to the show. Nolan, there's a lot of people on.
It's
Jacob
a lot of
Fisher,
people
welcome
on.
to the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
They up in here.
Yeah.
But the Olympics, what is your favorite?
So my
What's your
favorite is gymnastics.
Say it. Gymnastics.
That
Now,
is
last
my
week you
favorite.
just said basketball.
No,
You see how you do?
basketball, but I'm telling
that's
you,
what
no.
you said.
But
Last
my
week.
favorite, no. My
I'm going back
favorite
to
is-
watch the live.
My favorite is going to be
Gymnastics.
gymnastics.
I got to
I
say,
mean, yeah, that's my
I
favorite.
go what I can relate to, and it's track and field, y'all.
Yeah.
Whoever's the
Track and field is
fastest man and the fastest woman in the world, that means you got the wheels. That means you got the juice.
Listen, do you know how much I've been up hollering and screaming at the TV over this the swimming?
The swimming, yeah,
I'm like,
man.
come on, US.
they
Come,
be
why
winning
is
to
we
the
in
end.
third place? What?
What Michael Phelps
Ain't nothing
said?
happening in the
Michael
swimming.
Phelps,
Michael Phelps, come out the
He's out there
bleachers.
recording. I'm like, bro, I
Put the
need you to
recorder
get in.
down
Yeah.
because we is losing back to back. Why are you recording? We don't
Man,
record this.
we
now.
need some
That was an
momentum.
era, though. I mean, you
Man,
can't. It's
Michael
hard to
Phelps was beast
replace
mode.
that.
Man.
I mean, he was a
He
beast.
was-
I
go.
feel like you can't leave till somebody else steps in.
You know, Michael Phelps was a 28-time Olympic
Come
medalist.
on, that's what we was used to.
23 of those were gold medals. Come on,
so,
man.
I mean,
Now play the Snoop
who
Dogg
else-
again.
who-
Right.
No, I'm just playing.
Who else does that?
Yeah, you can play the Snoop Dogg again. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yes.
it because the one thing we do in America is we in that water, baby.
Man.
We in them lakes, we in them ponds, we in them swim pools. I'm like, so we got to be able to swim a
Come
little
on,
bit faster.
y'all.
But
Yeah.
you know where black people is really fast at?
What's that?
And I'm not making it a black or white thing, but we don't swim. We,
No, that
we don't
ain't-
No.
even
ain't
we
gonna
don't
catch
even
on
go to the swim bash and get in the pool. Black people go around and stand around
Stand
the
around
pool
and
Like,
be
look at my
dancing.
outfit.
and like check out
And-
this new outfit.
And have on the whole get like you got on all the two pieces. Women got on all the two. Can you swim? Well, no, they wasn't about to swim and stay
Yeah,
focused.
my hair.
I saw a
Yeah.
video of a rapper. He was like, I got $20,000 for the first person who jumps in the pool, and it's probably
Right.
300 or 400 people there, and no one jumped in the pool.
Right. Like,
I was like, that
no.
was some free money just to get wet.
All right. So y'all stay locked in on the Olympics. We can go on and on. We'll talk about it
Yes, we'll
again
have a
next
good
week,
time.
but we just want to touch on it because, like I say, that's the big thing. That's the big talk. And continue to follow.
Yeah.
Let us know your favorite. Welcome to the show, Darren A. Curry, Richard Beaver.
Hey.
And that
Welcome to the
400
show.
that 400 meter race is Friday.
Oh, I
second.
can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It
it's
don't
going
matter
down.
because I'm gonna be watching anyway. I can't unglue myself from the TV.
All right, we're going to jump into this Black History Trivia and see who got it right.
Let's
Is
do
that
it.
next?
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it just
You
like
ready?
that.
All right, Black History Trivia. Who was the first Black person to win a gold medal in the Olympics? Was it A, Jesse Owens, B, Simone Biles, C, Serena Williams, or D, John Baxter Taylor?
We got a lot
Now,
of Jesse
most
Owens.
of you, most everybody said A. And I think the only person that said D was JB, but no,
Right.
we think JB cheated.
How did I cheat?
You grab, that's a grab and
I had
so
already
quick.
studied this. I knew what your question was going to be before we even
Damali,
got
what's
on the
the
show
answer?
today because I knew you was going to do Olympics
Damali, what's the
history.
answer?
I knew it.
All right. He said I knew it.
I
All
researched
right,
this.
so if you said D, you would be correct.
Thank
which
you.
Nobody said
And it was
D.
one person on here that put it on there. They actually
Thank you.
wrote
Somebody
your
did?
Winnie, your friend, your cousin. So
Oh,
your
she
cousin
did?
put it on. Yeah, she put it on the live.
Okay.
This
What
is
was
the
on there.
problem.
So she put it on the live.
You're right.
So congratulations.
Everybody
Okay.
thinks Jesse Owens won
Mhm.
the first gold medal as a
Right.
Black person.
That was the
and he
first time that
didn't.
came online because give us a
So
Go ahead,
John
Damali.
Baxter Taylor Jr. was the first African American athlete to win an Olympic gold medal, triumphing in the 1600 meter relay race
1 mile.
at the 1908 games.
19 what?
1908.
Ain't that the same time Oklahoma was founded? I think.
right there close.
Yeah.
What else?
He was only a winner and was only able to enjoy his winning and his success as a veterinary student and an Olympian for a few months because he died shortly thereafter on December 2nd, 1908 from typhoid pneumonia.
That is so
The
sad.
reason why
Sad.
everyone thinks
Man.
Jesse Owens, because he did win 4 gold medals
Right.
in 1936, though. There was a huge gap
Uh-huh.
there.
There was a lot of
30
people
yeah.
going on, but the guy died.
He died.
He died right
Mhm.
after that.
Mhm.
So that's probably why it's a
Typhoid what?
disconnect because a lot of people,
Pneumonia.
yeah, because probably if he'd have ran more
Mhm.
people, but if he won that and then right after that he passed
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
that's probably where it got lost in
disconnect,
history.
yeah.
So you really have to be a track buff because I didn't know, I ain't never heard of him at all.
I
Jesse,
did my research.
it's kind of like the first person because he put them shoes on.
Yeah.
He was coming
Yeah.
down on that 100 and that
Oh.
200. And so that's why even the old and the new is jumping on that. Welcome to the show, Matt. Welcome to the show. Man, we got so many people
I don't wanna give
on.
my
Larnell,
props.
Lamont White. Shout out to JB Smooth. We got it right. Dwayne Simmons, welcome to the show. And then Patricia said the same thing, Jesse Owens. So
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was Jesse Owens because that's who
Everybody,
they're so
most everybody,
most familiar with.
Yep.
But you got to go do your history messing with Damali.
1908.
just
baby.
like that. All right, we got some upcoming events, y'all. Let's get to that so we can get ready to get up out of here.
Upcoming events. So the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available if you're looking for a place to hold your
Hold on,
wedding.
JB said he's going to play Snoop Dogg one more time. Since Snoop is
No, you want him to
Snoop
play
did
Snoop
and I
one
just
more
want to do the
time.
C-Walk while you read
Oh,
the
my
upcoming
God.
events. There's a lot of stuff. Uh-oh. Go ahead. See, now you dancing too. See, I just like black people. Don't do that. Well, wait a minute then. I didn't know you was going to do
How did
that.
Snoop just have you like, man,
Man.
Snoop will have you watching Olympics. They got a hashtag follow the dog.
Yeah, follow the dog.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
hashtag
You
follow
didn't
the
know
dog.
that?
I'm
Yeah.
following them.
Yes. All right. Once again, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available if you're looking for a place to hold your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, community event, etc. Give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Oasis Fresh Market is going to be hosting its back to school event on August the 7th. More details are coming soon, so stay tuned to World One Development's news you can use. The 69th annual Okmulgee Rodeo is happening August the 9th at Bob Arrington Arena in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. There's going to be a street parade, bull riding, calf roping, ladies barrel racing, ladies steer, etc. So make sure that you go ahead and participate. And then we got one.
Can we
hot off the
please
presses.
make the Okmulgee Rodeo huge like it used to be again? I mean, it used to be 20,000 people show up for that rodeo.
20,000?
Yeah, it used to be.
It used to be
Wow.
the biggest
Yeah, it
rodeo
used to
in
be
the country.
stupid. Yeah.
What
It used to be
happened?
I don't,
You know.
what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Come on, let's go on to the back to school bash.
Okay, here is a back to school event that's going to be happening Saturday, August the 3rd from 11 o'clock a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. And they're going to be, looks like it's located at 6808 South Memorial Drive, Suite 210. This is going to be the HTV and Crafts American Community back to school event. So, and it's for all schools. They got all schools on here: Tulsa Public Schools, OSU, Broken Arrow, Union. Everybody pull up.
Man, that's your boy Marcus, man. Marcus, that dude, yeah. Biker
Okay,
Boys and all
okay,
of that.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
said the facility is 8,000 square feet.
Oh God.
I hadn't heard about it. So I
Yeah.
want to get this out, man. We're going to post this on our World One Development News you can use. Go out there and get the good stuff.
All right, and then there's going to be a back-to-school block party that's going to be happening at Lacey Park, located at 2134 North Madison Place on August the 10th from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. There's going to be music, food, fun, and that kickball game. Then by 9, y'all better get ready.
Hey, you better pull up one time.
All right, and then the Spreading Hope Back-to-School Bash is going to be happening at B.S. Roberts Park, located at 901 North Greenwood Avenue. That's going to be on August the 17th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Motorcycle clubs, I done sent y'all a text message, so don't be trying to ignore me.
She hit you, y'all better hit her
Yeah,
back.
y'all better hit me back. Y'all heard me. All right, and then Miss Wanda J.
Yes, we're excited about this one.
I already set my alarm and my
Okay, you
with
ready?
10 alerts.
Yes.
I got all my alerts set. I was just at Wanda J's yesterday, me and Damali.
Right, yeah. So Wanda J is is inviting the community to celebrate 50 years of culinary tradition and family heritage with her. It's going to be at the Greenwood Cultural Center on August the 24th from 5 o'clock p.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. For more information, go to Eventbrite to get your ticket. Now, this is a free event, but you still need to go register. They're going to be providing that famous Wanda J cuisine, and they want to know how many people they need to prepare the cuisine for.
Hey, I think we probably NYC.FM news you can use. We probably need to do the red carpet, man.
We should roll
pull
up
the team out, do the red carpet, get clean, be eating chicken on the red carpet. No, I'm playing. But anyway,
you know what? That's still a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's get with her, man. We love Miss Wanda J. The community loves her. So go to Eventbrite. Don't just show up. You know how people, you don't want to go to this stuff. You ain't got no ticket now. You want to eat all the food.
And then
go to Eventbrite. It's free. All you got to do is how you go? Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite.com. Just put in Wanda J and A.
And get your ticket.
Get your ticket.
And pull up on the 24th. Let's do it.
All right. Birthdays. August the 2nd, Barbara from Uganda. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Barbara.
And then August 5th, Cordell Cephas, the attorney. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
So don't forget, if you want to hit us up, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's World One Development, EduRec Youth and Family Fund Center, 36th Street North Event Center, Fitting Back in Prison Reentry Program. You can hit us up on any of those. And make sure that you're tuning in to NYCU.FM, where we play today's R&B and throwback hits.
Yes, and every Wednesday we here. Now, you can listen to us there 24/7. Quick shout out to Cedric L. Bell. Welcome to the show. And Maggie Stewart. Make sure you share this. We got to get ready to go. JB Smooth, any final thoughts?
You ready for football season yet?
Not yet, man. I want to see what the U.S. is going to do to finish up these Olympics. I love the Olympics, man. I'm telling you, I love the Olympics. So I'm
starting to watch the camps too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking some sneak peeks, but I want to see who's the fastest man and the fastest woman.
Yeah, you waiting for track and field.
Planet.
That's what you're waiting on.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Yeah,
no doubt.
All right, y'all. Well, we love y'all. We got to get ready to get out of here. If you want to consider donating to Eat Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air, you can send your donation made payable to Eat Media Services to 1216 North Lansing Avenue. Sweet D, we moved on up, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy, Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we are live every Wednesday with DJ JB Smooth from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
And we want to give a big shout out to John Baxter Taylor Jr. That's right.
He happy because he
the
got
first
that
black person to ever win a gold medal.
Yes.
Good job, JB Smooth.
In the United States Olympics. Okay, if you like to advertise or promote your business on this show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper and Mr. Molly Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other groups or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9, Eden Media Services, and World One Development. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Anything else, y'all?
Love y'all. U.S. go get them gold medals.
We need more gold.
Make sure you register to vote. We're going to vote this year, y'all.
We're going to vote?
Well, you better vote.
Call us if you need a ride. If you need a ride, we'll come take you to the polls. Come on. We need